What's up, guys? It's Zach
and Brandy
from the Rolling Times, and we're going to be doing Brandy's rear brakes on her Mustang. So follow along, and Brandy's going to show you how to replace rear brakes on a Mustang. Here's the tools we needed to complete this job. Basically, you're going to need your 3/8 ratchet, 1/2 inch ratchet for the harder bolts to break loose, pry bar or an old flathead screwdriver, obviously some different sockets. We did have to use a side cutters. I will show you then in the video. You're going to want some brake and caliper grease. This is different than regular grease. It's meant for high heat applications, so make sure you have some of that. You will need a disc brake pad and caliper service tool kit. This is one for the twist in calipers. Unfortunately, these Mustangs with the e-brake built in the caliper, you have to use the twist in style tool. If you don't have one of these tools, you can rent it from AutoZone. And then we did have some impacts, which you don't need, but they're nice to have. As always, whenever you're jacking up a vehicle, you want to have jack stands, and we have our nice Pittsburgh jack over here that Brandy bought me for my birthday, low profile. And just for good measure, make sure you guys have a stick. If you don't have power tools, you're going to want to start by loosening the lugs before you jack up the car. You don't want to take them completely off, obviously.
I don't want to use this. I want an extension because it's trying to scratch my wheel.
We don't have any extensions. Good place to lift these up. You get the jack under the rear. You can lift the whole rear axle, and then you can get your jack stands under there. Because you never want to work on a vehicle that's just supported by a jack. You want to make sure you have jack stands. Forward a little bit.
When you're working downhill.
So Brandy put the jack stands under the rear. That's probably the easiest place to put them if your car's lowered. And then before you start working on it, you just want to give the car a good push and make sure it's not going to fall off the jack stands.
Why is that one orange? We're stuck.
There you go. Now you have a seat.
Yay!
First, you're going to want to remove the caliper bolts. They are 13 millimeter.
How close that is to that. But I don't have a choice. Coverage, different angle. We'll try this. They're little.
Now you should be able to take an old screwdriver or a pry bar and get the caliper off.
Maybe.
You're gonna have to work it from both sides.
Well, I can't see this side. Drop the screwdriver.
Yep.
That's what we're gonna do.
Well, I'm trying to film and screwdrive.
Oh, don't do that. Got it!
Okay, once your caliper's off, you can see how screwed your brake pads were.
Hence the reason I didn't drive it. I think there's a bug on my forehead. You need to get back up here.
Next, you're going to want to remove the bracket. Make sure you support the calipers so it's not hanging by the hose.
I have nowhere to put it, so...
It should be fine. It's got that e-brake cable.
It's got so much stuff on it.
They're not, the rears aren't that heavy. The bracket bolts are going to be a 15 millimeter, and they're probably going to be pretty tight. Not too tight for Brandy though.
You don't want that no more.
Once your bracket's off, you should be able to remove the rotor if it's stuck on there. Unlike Brandy's, you might have to smack it with a hammer a few times. Once you get the rotor off, you just want to yeet it across your yard like a frisbee. Right in the fire pit.
It's rolling. There it goes.
They're actually twist in, so you need a special kit. You can get this from AutoZone. If you don't want to buy it, usually they let you rent one. We do so many brakes around here,
But it's rusty.
that I just bought a kit and then I let it outside in the rain and now it's rusty. But you'll want to find the
It's triangles.
adapter that fit. So you want to line the 2 pins in the piston, and then you pull this back and get that snug against there. And if your calipers aren't frozen, you should be able to turn them back in, but I think your calipers are frozen.
So like I said, I wanted to get calipers the other day, and you're like, no.
Well, you don't just buy calipers if you don't know that you need them.
Well, you can if you want to just know you have new stuff.
Alright, so Brandy's going to end up replacing both of her calipers anyway, but just to show you, this one's kind of moving, but you would normally turn that until it's all the way back in the caliper and you can fit the new brake pads over the new rotor. But we're going to just go ahead and make an AutoZone trip and get some new calipers, because Brandy doesn't want to have any brake problems later on down the road.
Take that rotor off. To the scrap pile. Good throw.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Bonus tip on how to change your air filter. You open the hood. We'll get that later. Ta-da!
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. But because that's the business I'm in, vacuum systems, people get it. Total, they just... That's how you leave water.
We are back from AutoZone with our calipers, and Brandy wants to know which side goes on, or which caliper goes on which side. So the way you are going to be able to tell, here,
That one
hold
goes on
this.
side.
Your bleeder screw is always on top. So this is actually for the other side.
Oh, sorry.
Make sure you install those. The new ones always suck. They never stay on right. Alright, so it is important if you're reusing your old calipers and turning them in, this little nub here on the back of the pad has to fit into that notch on the piston. So you have to make sure they're completely straight up and down. Here's your pads. You want to grease them.
You just got grease.
So we got some caliper grease here. This is good for the slide pins, which we already have grease because they're brand new. And then you want to just take a little bit of that.
It has a handle.
Yeah, it has a little brush. You just want to put that on the part of the pad that slides That'll help them from sticking. We got our brake pads ready to go. Next, we're going to remove this old caliper. We're going to start by disconnecting the e-brake line. You should be able to remove this clip here with a flathead screwdriver, or maybe your hands.
Okay. That doesn't tell you something.
Then if Brandy holds the camera here.
Okay.
Can you grab the cable?
Is that it?
It should come out of there now. Yep. Okay, so we have the e-brake cable out.
Now the clippy. Should have painted the caliper. I gotta, oh, wait, no.
Got our brake pads in there, got our e-brake cable hooked up. Go ahead and tighten these up right away. Our old bolt out of there. They always get stuck on these stupid crush washers. These things are such a pain in the ass.
It's almost off. Oh, there it goes.
There we go. Get a rag. So this thing's still puking fluid everywhere, but we're gonna take our new bolt, put a copper washer on each side. Make sure it is not twisted.
It looks like you got it.
There we go. And if you're fortunate enough to have a impact, just go nice and tight with that so it don't leak.
And now dry it off. No. I don't want to bust it. So
Here.
I had that in. I hate you. Here.
How hard is that? Put it in.
This way.
Yep.
Oh, look out.
Brake pads are flying. No, that's backwards.
What's backwards?
The clip.
Sorry. I couldn't see. Move your hand. What? Ah! Please, come out. No.
Nope. It looks like it's gonna dump.
That's why I'm saying I'm trying to hurry up here. Good?
Yep.
Ta-da.
Alright guys, if you're lucky, you can try this quick trick for bleeding the brakes. Especially if you're by yourself and you don't have an extra person to pump the brake pedal. A lot of times if you just pop the cap off the master cylinder, we got plenty of fluid in there, you can come back here, crack these bleeders open, and it should gravity bleed without having to pump the brakes or anything. We're gonna need a different size socket. I think it's an 11. Alright, once you get the proper size, which in our case is an 11, but who knows because they make everything all kinds of different sizes, and you just want to crack your bleeder open And we'll wait. Actually, we can go crack the other side open a while.
Is this scrap?
What? I don't know. Do you want your $40 core charge back, or
Yeah.
do you want like 5 cents at the scrapyard? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I forgot.
Alright guys, if you're on level ground and you don't have anyone else to help you bleed, this method should work for you. Unfortunately, we're on a little bit of a hill and Brandy's here and it looks like it's about to rain. So we're just going to go ahead and bleed it the traditional way. Going to have Brandy go pump the brakes. And then once she gets a pedal, she's going to hold them. Right, Brandy?
What?
Pump the brakes.
Holding.
Alright, so she pumped up the brakes. She's going to hold the pedal. I'm going to crack that open. Let me know when you're on the floor.
Not moving. Tighten it quick.
Gonna let some fluid come out of there. That was a lot of air.
4.
That was all air, that one.
Ready?
Yep, go ahead and pump.
Okay, holding.
These are weird, you have to like open them super far.
4. Holding.
Alright, we're getting pretty solid fluid out of there. Brandy says the pedal feels good. So, I think that's gonna do it.
Now check the fluid up front. You tighten this side? Oh god. Give me that back. Don't know what my leg just did, but that was funny. Ready?
Yep.
They feel fine to you?
They feel good. They feel better than mine.
Now we go to AutoZone.
We gotta
Get my
return
money
some
back.
cores.
After I trip over a Jackson.
Careful.